What is going on, everybody? Welcome back, Dudes Who Bet Daily. On probably one of the busiest Saturdays we will have all year. We've got NFL, we've got college football, we've got NBA, we have got a couple good cards at racetracks. Got the Springboard Mile tonight, one of Aaron's favorites, which we will cover a little later in the show. Let's kick it off here with the game that's already started, though. We've got Cincinnati and Louisville, 7-7 tie right now. Just wanted to talk about this one with you, Papa Dude, real quick, because I thought it was really interesting. Louisville's coach is headed to Cincinnati here. And so, and you have, well, I don't know, I think it's like 12 opt-outs as well. So just a wild situation here from a game plan perspective. The weather's crazy here in Boston. Did you like anything in this game, or did you just kind of want to watch and see how this puppy plays out?
Well, Cincinnati doesn't have a coach either. So, I mean, their coach left for Wisconsin. This is a total throw out, do not bet. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I like Cincinnati in the game because I think they're better. But I don't know. Did Cincinnati hire the coordinator?
Cincinnati hired Louisville's coach.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then Louisville hired Purdue's coach.
It's a mess. So
and then Cincinnati's coach went to Wisconsin. So
yeah, that's right. I mean, it's a total mess. I don't think you bet this game because who knows? I'd stay away from it. Mike, I'll probably bet it though.
Magic's best bet was the under in the first half. It's looking pretty good right now. 7-7 with 8 minutes left. Under was 21.5. So it looks like that is going to head under. Found a cool link. I'm going to drop it in the chat here. This is from covers.com. It is the bowl game opt-out tracker. It's a great way to find out who is in and out all in one place. So just want to throw that out there for everyone who is playing these bowl games. And that's, but we're going to kick it off here in the NFL. We've got 3 games today. One of them is a best bet, so we'll get to that one last. We'll start out here with the Ravens laying 3 in Cleveland. Total sitting at 39 on the board. I bet the Browns +3 here. We'll start out with you, Aaron. What do you think of this game?
I just feel like the Browns are kind of washed. They just have not been very good whatsoever. I'm going to take the Ravens here -3. I know they've got injuries, but I just think they're a better team. I think it's a much bigger game. If the Browns could have got a game or two, before this and been a little bit better record, I kind of lean them. I don't know what their motivation is today, other than we're building for the future. I just think this one has Ravens written all over it.
All right. Papa Dude, break the tie here. I'm on Browns. Aaron's on the Ravens. Who you got?
Was it? Weren't the Browns favored at one time in this? Or am I hallucinating?
I don't think in this one, no.
Okay. Ravens, Browns. I hate the Browns. I'm going Ravens -3.
Unbelievable. That'll be an interesting one. Weather should be a factor there as well, but where weather is really going to be a factor, my Miami Dolphins heading into Buffalo. Magic, you started laughing immediately. If you watch one game all day, this is the one you should watch. It is going to be an absolute snowball. They were getting 4 inches an hour last night in this game, Magic. Have you seen the pictures online?
Yeah, I had to put on a blanket just to look at the photo a second time, man. It was freezing looking at that stuff. No, thank you.
It's going to be amazing to see if they're able to clear off that field in time. It's the first time Tua is going to play a game in sub-61-degree weather, Papa Dude. What do you think about that?
So this is a night game, right?
Yes, 7 o'clock kick.
Brilliant strategy by the NFL. Let's play a night game in Buffalo in December. It's really good stuff. How you can't pick Minnesota or Miami? You just can't. There's no way they can play in that. I don't think. That is going to be fun to watch, though, right? We love snow games. I hope it keeps it up. I like the Bills. I probably would have taken Miami in the points before this because it's a must game for them. But I just don't think Tua and Miami is going to bode real well in snow in Buffalo.
Yeah, I laid the 7 with the Bills here. You know what doesn't bode well in snow games? 2 speed wide receivers that are both hurt. And that's what Miami's got with Waddle and Hill a little banged up here. It's going to be tough for them to kind of try and run that offense. It's going to be a running game. I like a bigger quarterback that can run the ball more in these type of situations. That's exactly what Josh Allen is. Magic, what are your thoughts here on this one?
The under. Anytime I see snow games like this, I'm like, what's the total? 43.5 under. Yeah, we're going to take the under in this one for sure. I don't know what the first half is. That would be a good one to look at as well, because you'd think that they want to see how Miami's going to see how their offense does in that first half before figuring out making adjustments for the second half. So whatever that under would be, I guess 3.5, or I'm sorry, 21.5, 22, something like that probably.
Yeah, so the total is ticked down. It's 21.5. The total is actually ticked down to 43, but you're getting 21.5 in the first half. I like that look as well. That should go under, especially if you're not getting any crazy aggression. Aaron, you like the over?
Over. Way over tonight.
Well, here's another thing too. We got to watch and see when this snow quits. Is it supposed to go all day? Do we know?
It stopped snowing right now. It's supposed to start snowing again around 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be snowing during the game.
Okay, so
the current forecast,
right? Because if it would quit, they could get that field cleared off, and it may not be that big a deal. But if it's going to start again, then all bets are off. I'm going Bills.
All right, we got a couple Bills, one under, one over. It'll be an interesting one there. Let's head to the college ranks here. SMU laying 4 against BYU, total sitting at 64.5. BYU going to be out with their starting quarterback is out, starting running back is out, and 2 players under the transfer portal. SMU has 1 wide receiver who's out, who is a NFL draft pick, so that's why he's taking the game off here. Start out with you down here, Magic. What do you think here, SMU, BYU?
Southern Methodist. I really don't know much about these two teams. I'm gonna, with the points total, with the spread being -4. I remember Southern Methodist from the glory days, from the ESPN 30 for 30 glory days I'm talking about. That's my introduction to Southern Methodist. I really don't have much of a feel. I would lean with them here.
I played Southern Methodist SMU -4 in this spot just because of the quarterback and running back injuries for the BYU squad, although I generally like playing Mormons in bowl games. They're usually the older team. They don't have as many penalties, as many mistakes, and they're a little more focused in these usually. What do you think here, Aaron?
Oh, these bowl games. I used to, like that. I used to just love them, but I hate them now because I just never know. I'll be contrarian here and go BYU plus the 4. Here's the deal. SMU's been having transfers like all year. Like a lot of them transferred out like middle of the season. So wide open game here. Give me BYU plus the 4.
Papa Dude?
I'll stick with the Mustangs -4 over the Mormons.
Here we go. We got 3 on SMU, 1 on BYU. It's going to be an entertaining game. This one should be one of the more fun bowl games. You're going to see some offense on both sides. Let's head over to one more bowl game today. I've got a best bet coming from one of the games, so we'll cover that one later. Washington State taking on Fresno State. Fresno State laying the 4.5. Total sitting here at 53. Aaron, what do you think?
Fresno big in this game. Like Fresno a lot in this one.
Not so fast, my friend. Give me Washington State. Give me the Cougs in the 4.5, baby. Papa Dude, who you got?
Well, I think Fresno will be more motivated. By the way, this is the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. How about that? Let's go Fresno State -4.5.
Magic, say Washington State.
So here's the thing. You got to think about if it was a Cougar and a Wildcat, or a Cougar and a Bulldog. A Cougar is going to do really well facing off against a Bulldog because the Cougar's bigger and he's used to being in the wild. A Bulldog, they're short, snouty faces. They can barely breathe. In honor of Mike Leach, I had to do that. But I'm going to roll with Fresno State.
Love it. Love that you just paid tribute to the legend Mike Leach.
Oh, God.
And as he would say, the Cougar will find a way.
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's head over to the ice here. We've got a couple games that Aaron wanted to highlight, so we'll let him tackle some of these. Rangers -180, Flyers +155. Total is sitting at 6. I like the under here. Aaron, you don't think this one's priced properly?
Nope, it's not. This is your best pick tonight. If you want a plus money game, take the Philadelphia Flyers. I like them at +155 here. 2 very evenly matched teams in my estimation. Priced a little bit wrong. I think it should be a little bit of a toss-up. Maybe only Flyers +110. I think there's big value on the Flyers tonight. The Rangers are a hit-and-miss team. Not going to shock me if the Rangers go in and win 5-1. Not going to shock me if they get beat 5-1. They're hit-and-miss. I don't like how inconsistent they are. I think this is a spot Saturday night in Philly. Flyers are not great, but they're not horrible. +155 on the Flyers. I really, really like that one tonight.
Magic, any thoughts on this spot?
Oh man, it's hard for me. I'm not going to say that Aaron's wrong here. I'm just going to say it's really hard for me to go against Shesterkin. I think Shesterkin is one of the best goalies in the league, and Carter Hart, he tends to show up on the Sports Center not top 10 style sometimes with what happens in Philly. They're a very sloppy team, but Aaron has consistently outperformed me when we talk about NHL games and try to go head to head. So I'm not going to make a pick here.
All right, let's go to the Lightning, another top-tier goalie against the Canadians. Lightning minus 250 today, Canadians plus 210, total sitting at 6.5. Aaron, take it away.
If you woke up and you're feeling dangerous today and you're feeling lucky, this is a game for you to play. Canadians at home tonight, Saturday night in Montreal. Tampa Bay don't want none of it. Canadians plus 210 tonight. I like them. Out of the three I'm going to talk about before the best bet, this is the one that if you don't want to do it, I get it. Canadians are going to sneak up on the Lightning tonight. Canadians have been decent at times. They are not the trash team they were last year. They're getting great goaltending from your boy, Somich, Jake Allen. Give me the Canadians plus 210 tonight. I'll take it.
Papa Dude, what do you think?
Well, I'm so pissed off at him anyway.
He was talking shit about Papa Dude losing his best bet last night.
Yeah,
Arizona.
Yeah. And he was bashing me yesterday. I ain't betting the Canadians. Give me the Lightning all the way.
All right, let's head on one more hockey game. Head out to the West Coast here. Sharks plus 135, Kings minus 160. Total sitting at 6. I played the over in this one, but Aaron wants to tell you why this one's mispriced.
Good pick on the over, Somich. I like the over. Late night hockey. If you're not done and you got one more thing you want to do, 10:30 Eastern tonight. We're going to have the Sharks and the Kings. I think it's a toss-up game. Sharks are plus 135. I will take the Sharks in this situation. With the Kings, they can score. They also give up a lot of goals. Sharks, I think, will be able to slow them down enough. This is another one, plus 135. That's your 3 plus money games tonight in the NHL. The Flyers, the Canadians, and the Sharks. I'll go Sharks plus 135 here.
I'm going to throw a little $25 parlay with these three in there. It's gonna blow it up if we can get all three of those puppies home at big prices. Magic, what do you think of this one? Your hometown Kings going to get done tonight?
I love the over here. San Jose is just rough, and they're actually I can't believe they have a 2-game win streak going on. They're going to be a little too over their heads here, but yeah, I love the over.
All right, 2 NBA games I wanted to talk about. And as you can tell, we have so much going on. We're just ripping through this stuff today. I played 2 NBA games. I like the Bucks at home versus the Jazz tonight, laying 4, and the Cavs at home laying 4 against Dallas. Dallas on the second night of a back-to-back. I think this Cavs team takes care of business at home. And I don't like the Jazz very much. I still don't believe in them, even though they're playing well. I'll take the better Bucks team at home. Papa Dude, what do you think of these 2 NBA games?
I think that's a good one. So that'll be a bad one. I do think that's good. I don't like the Jazz tonight against Milwaukee at Milwaukee. Cleveland killed Dallas in Dallas like 3 nights ago. I remember that one very vividly because I picked the Mavs over the Cavs. So makes sense that when they're home, they're going to beat them. So hopefully you get that in. Of course, that's not your best bet. So obviously this will come in because that's what happens to all of us.
Lock it up.
Pretty much. Aaron, which one of these wins big?
Cavs, big.
I like it. All right, let's head over.
Bucks by 5, Cavs, big.
I'll take Bucks by 5. That works out just fine for me.
All right.
All right, let's head over to the race of the day here. We got Derby points on the line at Remington Park. You mentioned what you want to do late night. You can watch Remington late night. First post 6 p.m. Eastern today. So a big-time late-night card coming from Remington Park featuring the 12th race, the Remington Park Mile. We'll actually let Magic kick this one off because this is where his best bet of the day is coming from. Magic, tell us about this one horse. Echo again.
Yeah, so this race for me, picking it, I'm very confident in Echo again. First of all, you have arguably the fastest horse in the field, Drew the Rail. You've got the unarguably the best jockey in the field is aboard, and the winningest trainer in this race's history trains this horse. If you can get 9-5, and I think you will because there's going to be a lot of love for Giant Mischief. This horse was 3-5 in the first 2 starts and is a half-brother to Pneumatic, who Aaron remembers very well, was stretched out to 2 turns very impressively once he got it to debuted as a 3-year-old. But for me, it also comes down to trainer intentions with this race. You're either here because you want the Derby points or you want a piece of the big purse. If you want the Derby points, you run without Lasix. Only 3 horses in this entire field are running without Lasix. That's the 1, the 2, and the 3. Everybody else, including Giant Mischief, they're running on Lasix. And not only is Giant Mischief running on Lasix, his trainer said they were going to use this as a test to see maybe he can handle 2 turns. Like, if you hear that, do you want to bet the horse at 3-1 when Brad Cox, he's loaded with Derby horses? If he thought this was a Derby horse, why is it running on Lasix when it won without Lasix at Keeneland last time out? So I think Echo Again is not only the most talented horse, I think Echo Again can almost blow them out of the doors or blow them out of the water. I am a little worried about the 6 horse, the Todd Fincher horse, because this is the connection that if anybody running on Lasix is going to win, it's this horse. He won this race 2 years ago with Senor Buscador, who was running on Lasix, even though he knew he couldn't get the Derby points for winning the race. So I almost was going to go with a 1-6 exacta for my best bet. I was like, that's a little too crazy. Let's just go with the 1. And then Aaron can talk about why the 6 gets second.
All right, Papa Dude, we'll kick it over to you. What are your thoughts here? Springboard Mile coming up tonight from Remington.
Well, I agree totally with Magic, and I got that great insight there on Giant Mischief. Very good. Good stuff. Is there anything on the forums that we can study to see which horse runs the best in sub-zero weather? Because that's what it's going to be when this thing goes off tonight at 11 o'clock. I don't know, or 10 o'clock. I don't know if the horses are affected by the cold or not. I don't know. Maybe we need to see which jockey's a cold weather jockey, which one's the best. So it is going to be freezing cold down there tonight. Aaron, any worry that they may cancel that because it gets too cold? No. Okay. No worry.
For Oklahoma, they didn't even cancel when COVID was going on. They're not worried about the cold. Come on.
Okay. Well, I was thinking maybe the track might have a little moisture in it and might get it a little slick. I like the horse also, Magic. I think you hit the nail on the head. He's going for Derby points in this one, and the purse too, obviously. So I like him. Aaron and I talked about this the other night. The 9 is kind of interesting, but he's an Iowa. The horse is an Iowa bred, but it's run very, very well at Remington, and it's running good. So I don't think the horse can win, but it might jump up there and get a piece of it. So anyway, I like Echo Again too.
Yeah, it seems like we have some local horses that always do well in these type of races here. Echo Again does seem like a deserving favorite here. I'm kind of worried this race is going to collapse. There is a ton of pace. A lot of horses that want to go 6-7 furlongs. A lot of horses that want to be in front. Aaron, did you put Echo Again on top, or did you look for a collapse?
Did not put Echo Again on top. I'm going to the 5 Giant Mischief. Just what you said. I think he's sneaky again. He was sneaky last time out. Snuck up on Arabian Lion. Was able to beat him. He's sneaky. He's sitting in that pocket. The 1's out there. The 6 out there. The 7 might be out there. The 9, the Papa Dude just talked about, stretching out 2 turns. He might be out there. I don't know. I think this Echo Again is going to get some pressure. I'm going to get a little bit leg weary maybe at the top of the stretch. Would not be shocked if Echo Again is the speed of the speed and is able to get it done. I do like that horse. However, Brad Cox is coming here to win a $400,000 race with this horse. That's why he's on the Lasix. That gives him a little bit of an advantage maybe over the 3 horses. He knows he's not a Derby horse. He knows, though, that this horse is good enough to win this purse. Giant Mischief sits the trip and wins. I don't think he can go further than a mile. I think he can go a mile, though. I think Brad Cox is going to sneak up here and beat Echo Again in the last strides.
I think Giant Mischief and Echo Again are the 2 to beat. But I like a price here. I'm going to get a little kooky.
No way.
Not you.
I like the 2-horse Gun Flash a little bit. Second-time starter for Gun Runner, Carl Broberg. The first race was good.
Is this 2, Aaron? This is 2?
I think the 2-horse Gun Flash is the horse that could come from off the pace and upset the apple cart here at a big number. He's the one who's going to want to be able to sit back. If this sucker collapses, the 2 Gun Flash is going to be running late, and he's going to be the one who could blow things up at a number.
Good pick, but wrong long shot. But it's still a good long shot to use. It's the wrong one, but a good one.
You like the 4?
Little sweet thing for Donnie K. Von Hemel. They've been pointing this horse for this race. I have no idea if that's true or not. But pace meltdown. He's gonna look just like his sire, Kayla's Posse. Pace meltdown. He's gonna go to the back. He's gonna be flying late. He's gonna get up for a piece of it tonight. He might nose out that 2 for 3rd, and your 2's gonna get 4th.
Yeah, so 2 and the 4, 2 horses that we both think have a shot at picking up the pieces here at big numbers. I think you're going to see like 30-1 on this 2 horse too. I think the 4 is probably going off around 20-ish. So big numbers that can balloon the try and the super there. What do you think, Magic?
Well, I was going to ask Aaron. He said he wants him to look like a Sir Caleb's Posse. Do you remember what Caleb's Posse finished in the Springboard Mile?
Doesn't matter. He had trouble that day, but he came right back to Oaklawn and looked great. Forget about the Springboard Mile. It's over. He was a Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner.
7 is the answer there.
Hey,
7.
you know what? He didn't feel it that day, Magic.
Didn't have
it. He didn't have it.
So if he feels like his sire here, he's not going to feel it this day either.
Look, I watch Magic Mike every week, and I don't judge you on just your bad performances. Some days you don't have it either.
Thank goodness.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have a job anymore.
What bad performances? I don't know what you're talking about. Every show is stellar. There's never an issue there. All right, let's head over to the best bets here. Should be an interesting card from Remington. If you're hanging out at night watching that Dolphins game, if you're watching the late game, make sure you're playing Remington as well. There's going to be some big pools there as well. So that'll be a very fun card. We'll kick off the best bet here with Papa Dude taking the other NFL game. You're going to go to the Colts Vikings, Papa Dude.
Hey, I love it that you found 3.5. That's even better than I did.
For you, man.
I just decided I was going to just take the first one that I liked kind of today because there's only 5,472,000 to pick from today, and I didn't want to do that, and so I've been going too much. By the way, before I just real quick, I don't know. I know Aaron watched Mike. I don't know whether you kept watching or not. That North Dakota State Incarnate Word game,
phenomenal game.
That's one of the best games I ever watched.
Yeah.
Have you ever? It was just savage. They were just knocking the crap out of each other. You talk about tough. And I thought Incarnate Word was better. I don't know how North Dakota State went. Well, I do. That's the best money team there is, although they didn't cover. But man, what a game that was. And I can't wait for that championship game because it's probably going to be South Dakota State against North Dakota State. Holy cow. You talk about that's must-see TV.
Yep.
And that's January the 2nd when nothing's going on. So anyway, I like the Vikings a lot. I just don't think Indy's going to play very well tonight. Minnesota should cover this. I just think this is a logical one. I just can't see this being a game. I just can't. And I think Minnesota needs to win one. They got beat last week. I think they're going to get back in the groove. -3.5. We're getting -105 on it. We can make a little bit of money. So I like the Vikings -3.5. I just will be shocked if they don't cover this tonight.
Yeah, it seems like the line's a little bit off. This was actually in consideration for my best bet of the day as well. I like the Vikings tonight. The Colts are coming off a bye, so maybe that's why this line's moved down a little bit. It was as high as 6 in the look-ahead market, down at 3.5. Just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I feel like you're buying low on the Vikings because everyone's thinking about that Lions game and where the Vikings lost by a couple scores, but they didn't look that bad in that game. And this Colts offense can't take advantage of the Lions or the Vikings defense like the Lions offense could against the Vikings defense. Vikings should be able to move the football. It could be a sweat late with the 3.5. That I have some concerns about the Vikings holding leads for obvious reasons. But they're clearly the better team here in my mind. I don't mind laying the points here at all. Magic, what do you think?
Go for it. Lay the points.
All right, let's jump over to Aaron's best bet of the day. Actually, we'll go with mine first and we'll close it out with Aaron. I'm going to college football. Give me Florida +8.5 tonight. This is a game where I don't think that their opponents can be able to stop the run. It's just that simple. I think Florida with 2 100-yard running backs are going to be able to run the ball down Oregon State's throat. Oregon State can run the football as well. I think they're going to have some success against this Florida defense. But I will take over a touchdown here with the Gators tonight. Their freshman or their quarterback opted out. He's going to head to the NFL, but their backup is a Ohio State transfer. He is a third-year sophomore, so redshirt sophomore. He's got plenty of time in the offensive system. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. They've known this is coming as well, so it's not like this is a last-minute change for Florida. This is something they've been prepping for all month. So give me Florida plus the 8.5. Magic, you're shaking your head. You like that one?
Yeah, actually, I backed away from this because I know it opened at Florida +10, and I saw it was dropping, and so I was like, I'll back off. But I do like this pick. Technically, it's Florida's third-string quarterback because their actual backup quarterback got some legal issues that they're dealing with as well. So, but it was one of those things where I thought like the line was good. A lot of people were going to be aiming for Oregon State because of that. But that angle that you just talked about, the Ohio State transfer, where he was the backup, he wasn't. He wasn't like fifth string on the depth chart at Ohio State when he transferred. So I like that move. If it keeps dropping, if it gets within a touchdown, is it worth just playing Florida as a straight upset, do you think?
I don't hate the money line. My biggest concern is Florida's weakness is stopping the run, and Washington State can run the football. So this one feels like it's going to be a close game. So I don't mind the money line here. I don't mind teasing this up and teasing it with the Bills, for instance, if you wanted to get over 14 here. I think both of those are viable options if you're looking for another way to play the game. All right, Aaron, let's head over to your best bet. Headed back to the ice.
Yeah, I'm going to go Winnipeg minus 105 tonight in this game. It's an evenly matched priced game as far as Winnipeg and Vancouver are concerned tonight, but I think Winnipeg has a little bit of advantage. I think they've got a more likely chance to win this game than Vancouver. So I went ahead and went with Winnipeg. Vancouver, it is on the road. It is in Vancouver, so that's something Winnipeg's got to deal with. I just don't think it should be a toss-up from a price standpoint. I just think this Winnipeg team is better. Vancouver at times have looked good, but the thing they've really struggled with is stopping the puck. They have not gotten great goaltending. I don't think it's really going to change tonight against a Winnipeg team that's pretty good. We talked about depth with hockey teams a little bit earlier in the week, or maybe that was last week. Winnipeg's got a lot of depth. They can roll the lines. They're tough to stop. I think they're going to be good enough to beat Vancouver tonight. I like the price. I will take the Jets in this one.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting spots. You'd expect that the Jets are going to be able to get it done. The over here looks a little tasty to me as well, sitting at 6.5, I believe it is. I would expect there's going to be some goals in here. Michael mentioning this, just had a monsoon at Gulfstream Park. They are off the turf for the late pick 5 now, which sucks. I was looking forward to that 2-mile turf race, which is now a 2-mile synthetic race. If you want to make it any more difficult, so gonna have to check out that late pick 5. Once the scratches come out, we'll update everything over at racingdudes.com because I'm sure we'll have a couple changes specifically to that 2-mile turf race. I think the last race was a turf race as well, so we'll have to check that out, and we'll update those Gulfstream Park picks. Let's go over the best bets, and then let's enjoy a phenomenal Saturday of gambling. This is just a great day to be betting on the horses and betting on sports. Best bets for the day here. We've got Papa Dude taking the Vikings minus 3.5. Aaron taking the Jets minus 105. I'm on Florida plus 8.5. Magic heading to Remington Park, 11:12 post time on the East Coast, taking the number 1. Echo again, 9-5 on the morning line. Rough day yesterday. Kind of saw that one coming. We have Oral Roberts in a money line parlay. 2-7 for the week, down 515, down 899 for the year. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, noon Eastern, for all our best bets around the sports and horse racing world. Thank you very much for joining us, and good luck with whatever you're playing today.